A podcast has no name. They are untitled and they're oh so happy that you came to this revival. Yo, get hit with Balor's Club when Megan marks for Finn. See red for Becky Lynch when David cheers for the man. Straight out of Dublin and the Bronx when they watch games. He is a Blackhawks bloke, she is a Yankees dame. And they will say whatever the fuck they wanna say because untitled means no limits and they're rated MA. When you got Megan and Dave, your podcast don't need a name. Untitled, it will remain. Untitled, it will continue to be. This podcast don't need a name. Untitled, it will remain. Untitled with Megan and Dave. Got more flair than Charlotte, make more bank than Sasha. Don't care if you don't like those Pats. We'll rewatch Julian Edelman perform at peak perfection. Yeah, discuss it all at length, then change direction. Many topics, many episodes, and many emotional jabs. Old Dave will huff and puff whenever Megan gets mad. When Megan speaks her mind, the people run away. Cause yo, it's all untitled and it's rated MA. When you got Megan and Dave, your podcast don't need a name. Untitled, it will remain. Untitled, it will continue to be. This podcast don't need a name. Untitled, it will remain. Now here comes Megan and Dave.
So Dave and I had to take some time to collect our thought. It was pretty emotional to start off, but now time to get back into business. The thing is, I don't want to even yell "fuck Seth Rollins" tonight. So let's talk about Money in the Bank.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Money in the Bank. If I were to give a quick review of the show, I would say a good show, a good few matches, but it did have a good few head scratching moments.
Okay. And one that was pissed off.
Yeah, that one at the end that's a real what the hell. For one part for the match, it was not leading up to it was the referees were very off in this show. If you noticed that.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Because it was. Well, jumping ahead, we'll get the results in a second. But we had the Samoa Joe Rey Mysterio thing. You had the thing that happened at the end of the Becky Lynch Lacey Evans match where the referee didn't even want to count it for some reason. I don't know why. He had to move over to the other side to do the pinfall, and that was there. And I think there was another one. There was probably another one there, but I can't remember thinking off the top of my head. But yeah, but actually let's go through the card here. Okay. So so we had the Usos defeat Daniel Bryan and Rowan, non-title, so no title change there. So good job of making your tag champions look strong.
Asshole.
My logic was completely shut down with this one. Bayley won the Money in the Bank women's match.
That was the perfect call for me, because we'll get to it soon.
Yeah. There we go. That was my first case of taking a chance and it failing. Rey Mysterio defeated Samoa Joe with a botched pinfall, and even the word coming out of that match as well is that Rey Mysterio might have had a separated shoulder. Rey Mysterio's Grand Slam though, so there you go.
Good Grand Slam happy.
Yeah. You alright?
Yeah, fine.
Shane McMahon defeated The Miz in a steel cage match. Oh, there's the other one. The third one. A rope break in a steel cage match.
What crack was the...
A rope break in a steel cage match.
I've seen it all. I've seen it all. Ain't doing good none. I've seen. I'm kidding.
But the thing was, it was like they actually saw some people online that were saying, "Oh, they could have actually tried to turn this into Shane McMahon pulling his weight into bribing the referee or something like that." But they didn't even do that. Oh well.
Let me have a conversation with these refs. But you know what? Yeah. We saw butt naked Shane. Yahoo!
Isn't he like 40 or something like that, or 50 now?
49 years old.
He's 50. He's 50. If he dyed his hair black, he'd probably be able to pull off like 30. Probably. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No. A couple years ago. A couple years ago, he lifted up his shirt and we saw abs. That made like me like, whoa, wait, what? I was like, what?
To be fair, you have seen his dad, right?
Oh, that is true too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then for once, the cruiserweights on the main show. Tony Nese defeated Aria Del Rio.
What the actual fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess the okay. To be fair, not really watching 205 Live. I guess what they're trying to do is like have Aria Daivari kind of play off, like a kind of wealth gimmick, like it's kind of that kind of thing. But yeah, when you're driving into the arena in the car, yeah, someone's already done that, and that guy actually was copying off somebody else who was driving in on a car. So, and yeah, anyway.
Hang on.
To what?
God. I'm going to hell for this.
Huh?
Somebody Goodbye. I seen it all. Thank you and good night.
Huh?
Shane McMahon shirtless. I seen it all. Yahoo! What? Yahoo!
Anyway,
I gotta stop swooning.
I'm going mad for somebody 20 years older than you.
What's the action? It's a childhood dream come true. Anywho, next, go on.
Where was I? Oh yeah, Tony Nese won. Okay. Jeez. Then we got the women's arc. I gotta ask this. I know, Becky fans aside and all this. This whole arc. Can you apart from the referee not wanting to count the pinfall at one point, do you think there's anything bad about this? Like, I don't. It's like the whole thing, the whole thing looks, seamless, Well, anyway, first Becky Lynch defended the Raw title against Lacey Evans, but the weird referee not want to count the shoulders, and then Sama to win. And then just as she was about to leave, Charlotte comes out and is like, you know what? No, you're not having the match later. You're having it now. Come on, get in the ring. We're gonna have the match now. So they had the match then, and Charlotte. Oh no, it was Lacey comes down to interfere. Woman's right to Becky. Becky nearly rolls up Charlotte, gets a very close 2 count. Charlotte with a big boot pins her, gets a SmackDown title, which we both guessed.
That was not a good end to their long standing.
Yeah, it seemed like it's like the boot was the fair enough. I can understand like Charlotte was winning, but the boot that won it? No figure eight, no spear. It was the boot. Okay, never mind. Anyway, after that match, Becky went to take out Lacey. Then he had Lacey and Charlotte beat up Becky. Then Bayley comes in. Charlotte gets knocked out, and Bayley, which I didn't think they were going to do this a second year in a row. Bayley cashes in on the night, big elbow off the top rope, wins the SmackDown title. I didn't think they were going to do this again. I didn't think they were going to do it like on the night again. There you go. In a weird way. 2 years ago, you had all members of the Shield winning the WWE Championship in one night. Here you've got 3 of the 4 Horsemen win the title in the same night, or holding it the same night. Sorry, Sasha. And Bayley is now first main roster anyway, Triple Crown Women's Champion, winning the Raw title, the SmackDown title, and the Women's Tag titles. There were some people who thought, oh, it's you could do a Grand Slam with the NXT title, but that's kind of unofficial. If that was the case, I think it'd be like, yeah, I think it's like if you were to do it with the NXT title, only the 4 Horsemen. Only Charlotte and Sasha would be able to do that. Because Sasha would need the SmackDown title and Charlotte would need the tag titles. For the Triple Crown, actually, I'll take it away. For the main roster Triple Crown, Becky would need the tag titles, Charlotte would need the tag titles, Sasha would need the SmackDown title, and Alexa would need the tag titles. I think that's how.
Yep.
So there you go. There you go.
But I called last minute cash-in.
You called very late, and I didn't count it. I didn't count that. Like you were saying, oh, that counts as me calling the cash in. You did it 20 seconds before it was gonna happen. Like as you were standing in the ring.
Oh Lord. But I still won.
We get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Then I have to hand it off to all that. Well, Roman Reigns coming out from his match. Elias, Jeff Jarrett's him in the back. Elias comes out, actually gets an electric guitar, does his whole spiel. Thank you, good night. I don't like any of you, or something to that degree. Then as Elias walks up to the ring, Roman Reigns comes out, Superman punch, rolls him in the ring, spear, Roman wins, lol.
Wow.
Yeah. That. Rest of it. Seth Rollins beat AJ Styles for Universal title, and I was kind of hoping AJ would turn heel because he's had so many times of those respect spots backfiring on him. WrestleMania.
I was like, turn, mother. I was like, turn, bitch, turn. Right. But
nope.
You know what? I gotta say it.
You say you weren't gonna say it.
Well, you know what? It ain't a podcast, so I gotta say it. Fuck Seth Rollins. Okay.
And it ain't a podcast. It ain't a podcast with us without Megan saying she's gonna do something and then immediately not doing it. Or the other way around. Kofi defeated Kevin Owens. Retained WWE Championship. Another one of my gambles not paying off because I thought they were gonna be WWE would be so mad that they would do it, but guess not.
I'm glaring at you. I told you what?
Oh yeah, the whole loss thing. Yeah, I forgot about that too. I'll just say this. For someone that has been caught and fined for saying a lot of racial, homophobic statements and all that from the past, do we really think it's the best idea to have an unannounced segment on a pay-per-view where Lars Sullivan beats up 3 Mexicans?
Oh, Jesus Christ. No.
Yeah. Do they need to do this on the pay-per-view? Did they really need to do this?
Who's writing this?
I don't know. They've had so many people leave. I don't know who's writing it.
I'm gonna start writing. I'm gonna. Never mind.
No, don't. And then, oh yeah, the other arc of the show was that coming in from Raw, Braun Strowman was taken out of the Money in the Bank ladder match because Sami Zayn beat him because the 3P beat him up. During the show, it found out that Sami Zayn got beat up and tied upside down, something like that. So he's taken out of the match. Braun Strowman basically said, "No, I didn't do it. It wasn't me." So there you go. We got the seventh, the eighth person is gone. And so it was, so they had the Money in the Bank match with just, the last 7 guys. And I guess because there's an open slot and, it still needs to be filled, Brock Lesnar comes out. And so some people say Brock Lesnar is now only doing part-time in matches now because all he did was knock Ali off a ladder, grab the briefcase, and there you go, Beast in the Bank. Oh god, I thought we were done with him.
What a slap in the face.
Like, this is so desperate. It's like the biggest problem that WWE have now is that they say, "Oh, we don't have any star power or stars." Yeah, because you're not building up anybody anymore. And this is the perfect example of that. It's a short-term solution for a long-term problem. We don't have any stars for our shows? Fine. We'll bring back Brock Lesnar again. A guy whose welcome was worn out 4 years ago. 4 years ago? Probably even longer.
This is a big slap in the face. I will tell you why. This was a slap in the face to Orton. Because Orton was the veteran in that match. And Orton was probably going to put someone over. Even though Orton...
Well, he did.
Even though Orton gets a lot of shit for doing crazy things, and that has people question him. He's the veteran, and considering that what happened almost 3 years ago, then with Brock busting his ass open, almost killing him, working too stiff with all that blood, I would be pissed. I would also be. I'm also pissed off for, even though we shit on him a lot, Baron Corbin. He was the chicken shit heel of the match. He was the one that everyone wanted to see get his ass whooped.
He did all right. Yeah, he had some good spots in there, yeah.
This was also a slap in the face for Andrade, Ricochet, and Ali. I put those 3 together because those 2 are uprising. Because they're uprising stars. They're the future here. They're doing the best they can. This was a major slap in the face to Finn. And I'm using it major because he's taken the brunt of the brunt. Being chokeslammed on a ladder, having Andrade going to him, being slammed through a table, and being sunset flipped through a ladder, only to bounce off it again.
That didn't look pretty. All that to happen, and all the whole match happening, all the match happening, and all the destruction happening, just so you could have a guy who's basically got everything given to him for the last 4 years get something again.
And this was also a slap in the face to McIntyre, who was building himself up. The reason why I said major slap in the face to Finn, because
You alright? I'm actually I gotta cut this right here. Sorry, guys. So. You okay?
You've seen someone get knocked out, but they're fighting through everything for this blade, only to be slapped in the face, time after time after time. I'm waiting for 3 fucking years to him to finally get on top, and then this shit happens. You call me crazy at the time because I always talk about Finn. And when you talk about something that you care for, and you care about that person, it breaks your heart. I can't continue. I'm too upset right now.
I'm gonna cut it for now
No.
then. Well, I guess you could say, we did say it'd be a pretty emotional show, and to be fair, it's like I know give flack to Megan and all that, but all the Finn stuff and all that, but you can't say when it's definitely not fake. Like for wrestling fans and all that, we're very emotionally tied to I guess the wrestlers that we support, and I guess here's like one of those cases where the real emotion came out. Like heard Megan there, I didn't even want to I didn't even want to record it when she was like that. I just had we had to let it go for a bit there, but yeah. When you're like when you're that emotionally tied to a wrestler, and something like this happens, you can be angry about all the decision of having Brock Lesnar winning the Money in Bank match, and you'd be angry that Brock Lesnar won, but you can be just as upset, even more upset at those that didn't win. And like I said, it's like a short term solution to a long term problem, because WWE don't want to apparently don't want to book anybody new in the main event spot. And that's what Money in the Bank was supposed to be. And you've like Megan said, slap in the face to everybody, slap in the face of Finn, slap in the face to McIntyre, to Andrade, to Ali, to even to Randy Orton and Baron Corbin and Ricochet. Slap in the face to all of them, and now you've got fucking Brock Lesnar, fucking Money in the Bank. For all the reason for what? Have something happen at Super Showdown? I don't know. But yes, that's that. So yeah. So yeah, I guess anybody listening to this, I apologize for that, and I guess we'll continue from here then. So yeah, shall we keep going? You okay?
It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to see your top one of your champions, who I said off air when I just wrote down, to put his body on the line, finally get a title, only to be knocked down by some fucking egghead looking ass Luigi. This isn't fuck Seth Rollins. It's more like fuck you, Brock Lesnar. And I hope someone pops him in the head with that briefcase. I'm just over it, Dave. I'm just over it.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Alright, then let's go with the fall with Monday Night Raw. I didn't even care about Monday Night Raw. I wanted to punch Brock in the face.
All right, let's guess move on here. I think you have to gotta load this up here. Just give me one. Just give me a second there. Sorry. Oh, here it is. Okay, got it. Okay. Brief rundown. Start of the show. Brock and Heyman come out. Seth and Kofi come out one at a time, just basically trying to go Brock into cashing in then, and Brock doesn't. So yeah, whatever that. Then we said we had Braun Strowman and Sami Zayn in a match. Before that, Sami Zayn trying to beg Lashley to help him, and basically said no. Basically, Sammy tries to run away, doesn't work. Strowman beats him, so there you go. So Fluffy gets fluffed, I guess.
Poor Fluffy.
Then Lars shows up again. Supposed to be an in-ring segment, but Lucha House Party comes up, try to get some revenge, and how foolish of them, they get destroyed. You had Ricochet versus Cesaro. Cesaro getting new music, which is kind of going in the same vibe of what the old Bob kind of fade music was, like Sheamus's music with the intro thing. But he's getting his own new thing, so there you go. In a weird way, in a typical 50-50 booking, Cesaro beats Ricochet this time. AJ Styles has a backstage segment. Corbin comes in. Corbin basically says it was a slap in the face that Styles got a title shot before Corbin. Styles retaliates by slapping his face. Roman Reigns, even though he's on SmackDown and showed up on Raw for a third straight week because wildcard rule, and who gives a fuck about the brand split anymore? Doesn't say a thing. Shane comes out and basically says that what's it called? Apparently you're gonna get Reigns and Shane. It's gonna be McIntyre and Roman. I think there's something about Super Showdown, but who cares? Revival against the Usos, the match that should have happened on the pay-per-view, rather than having the Usos go up against the SmackDown titles, tag champions we have no feud with, but go up against Revival. So there you go. Weird. That's probably why they didn't put them on the pay-per-view, because Revival won. Then you had another one of those Firefly Funhouses, which basically turns into Bray Wyatt just being creepy mask saying, "Let me in." So let him in. At a moment of bliss, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross with Alexa, and the two is like it's the whole thing with Alexa like being spooked every time he looks over at Nikki Cross, all the time. Gotta go.
What are you feeling those two are going to be champions?
I don't know. Well, you have to get Alexa to actually be cleared to wrestle first. Anyway.
Was she?
I don't think so. I think it's just this is just like she said she wasn't cleared to wrestle for Money in the Bank. I guess this is kind of like what they did here was kind of a workaround of getting her in matches, but actually didn't have her competing. So there you go. Anyway, Becky Lynch was the guest. before he even says anything, they kind of come out and basically insult Becky Lynch because she's no longer Becky 2 belts, she's just 1 belt. Then Lacey Evans comes out as well, and basically turns it basically all turned into a 6-woman tag match. It was, but actually it was more of a handicap match because Alexa the whole time was just standing outside the ring in her gear, which is weird.
With coffee.
With coffee, yeah. So yeah, priorities right, I guess. I don't know. Becky, Nikki, and Alexa win in a weird way. Becky won with a leg drop, which that's not a finisher, but all right.
What?
That's
Becky Hulk Hogan all of a sudden?
it was a second rope leg drop, so I guess that kind of makes it better, but whatever. I don't know.
Is Becky Hulk Hogan?
No, no, she isn't, and I'm happy for that.
No, we don't need racism. No.
Okay, now, this was something else I didn't mention from last night. They had announced during Money in the Bank that Mick Foley was going to come to Raw and announce a new championship, because that's what WWE needs: more champions. It's the Universal title, WWE Championship, Intercontinental title, US title, the 3 forms of tag titles, Cruiserweight title. Yeah, there's not enough. There's not enough titles. Anyway, Mick Foley comes out and introduces the 24/7 title, which is effectively the old Hardcore title, but exactly the same as the Hardcore title, but a name. There you go. Basically says it can be defended. Basically 24/7 rule, be defended anywhere, any place, at any time, and basically Mick Foley puts it on the middle of the ring and basically says first person to grab it wins, becomes the first champion.
That's dumb.
Yeah, well there you go. Phil, you had to award it somehow. So basically all Mick artists come out, and at the end of the scramble, Titus O'Neil is the first champion. So prestige right away. Doesn't last long because Robert Roode comes out, rolls him up, and there you go, he's champion now. And then everybody runs away. So that. Then you got the Miz. Oh, I was actually sorry. I was wrong. It's the Miz versus Drew here. Long story short, Drew McIntyre wins with the Claymore. So yep, there you go. There's that. Shane interferes in his behalf, so there you go. Because that feud's not over yet. But then Shane does coast to coast. To Miz, Roman comes in, and everybody runs away. There you go. Michael Cole makes it official that Rey Mysterio did get a separated shoulder during the match. Samoa Joe has backstage segments that he demands the title be returned to him, and then they say that the state of the US title will be decided on Raw next week.
Damn, they can't get all these titles as late.
Yeah, most decorated champion of all time, but it's not. I don't think it's. I don't think it's officially a vacancy yet, but we'll see. It could lead into it. There you go. So, and backstage also, Rude has got the 24/7 title. R-Truth spooks him, pins him, and wins. And there you go. R-Truth runs away with the title.
I'm telling you, that's going to be a comedy title because of R-Truth.
Well, you see him on social media. He's calling himself the European champion.
Oh my lord!
Yep. There you go. And you've got main event: Kofi and Seth against Corbin and Lashley, because everybody loves Corbin and Lashley.
Now I missed this one. What the hell happened?
Well, long story short, the end of the match, Corbin was going to hit Kingston with the End of Days. Kingston reverses it, hits Trouble in Paradise, and gets the win. And then, what was it? It's Lashley comes in, beats up Rollins and Kofi, and then Lesnar shows up again. and shows up, and then he just says next week he'll let everybody know who he's gonna pick. So this basically says something's gonna happen in Super Showdown. So there you go. So the whole reason Brock Lesnar has won Money in the Bank is because they gave him money to appear on the Saudi show. Hey, great use of the Money in the Bank briefcases. And that's Raw.
Now to SmackDown.
Sorry, going to
Me.
Going to SmackDown. Once I find it. Come on. SmackDown. Oh yeah, and actually, I forgot to mention this. Last week when I said I was talking about the wild card, and I said, oh yeah, so they showed some restraint by only having one on each show last week. Jeez, I didn't count everybody. Everybody was jumping ship. I completely forgot who was on which show anymore. Like 4 or 5 last week. Oh well.
Roman needs to stop.
Yeah, wait. Roman's on every show. It's I don't know. It's weird. Calm down. Anyway, SmackDown starts. Elias apologizing to Shane McMahon for not for losing the match against Lesnar against Reigns. Shane basically says he doesn't need Elias in his corner against Roman Reigns of Super Showdown. He can do it himself. So good job, Elias. Looking very strong there. You can't even be back up to Shane or for Shane. Kofi and Xavier Woods been hyping up that Big E was coming back. Guy comes out in the sheet, takes his head up, takes it off, and it's Medium E. Not Big E, but yeah, there you go. He goes off the rank. Big E actually does show up. Says some stuff. Apparently, Big E still wants Becky Lynch's mom. Anyway,
I don't know. He stole something from me.
No. Anyway, then
he told the sniffing thing. I call copyright infringement.
Anyway, Kevin Owens and Sammy come out. Kevin says nothing, walks away, and then Sammy's basically doing a promo to on the New Day, holding 2 mics. So there you go. Then you got Carmella and R-Truth backstage, and Carmella's R-Truth is basically going incognito by looking like Carmella. So there you go. Trying to look like Carmella's sister, I guess, or something.
Oh my lord!
Like that's gonna. It's like, I think I saw someone point out. It's like the disguise would work if you weren't wearing the damn title around you. Ali and Andrade had a match. Ali basically is like Andrade beating out the whole time, and then Ali just gets a roll up and wins.
Not good if Andrade is going into a big title match at.
Yeah. So you've got your challenger for the IC title for the next big show. Lose. Why? And Ali's not doing anything.
Yo, if he defeats the Demon Andrade,
he's not.
He's not.
Unless Brock notwithstanding. I don't see any title changes on that show. Anyway,
here's the time out. We missed the part because the champion, not really on the show, he had an exclusive, and you want to talk about emotion? This is where I said torture, because this was torture. Because I tortured myself. Finn was not on SmackDown. Doctors told him don't because of the craziness that happened. He's still alive, thank God.
It was a ladder match after all.
It was a ladder match, you agree. But then again, on NXT, he showed up the day? I don't know. But, Finn went through hell. He said I think it was emotionally, he was upset. He was trying to get something out. Mentally, he was upset with all what happened. And then he cut himself off. And then he's like, I can't do this right now, another time. You want to talk about my emotion? I understand. If this was a work for the character of Finn, I understand it. But if this was legit, then this was a shoot. Let's be 100. Let's be real here. You go through hell in a ladder match, and that's why I started crying before. You go through hell. You see someone like Brock win. Hell yeah, I would be pissed. But if this was me, every 5 seconds would be a bleep. Would have been a bleep. I would be like, mother this, mother that. Fuck this, fuck that. I would be fuming. If I was on the side of it, I would be cussing. Would have to calm my ass down. But I understand. And if someone's gonna speak up, it's gonna be him. So, but I hope nothing happens. So, all right, continue.
Okay. I lost my spot. Oh yeah, Carmelo against Mandy.
Won.
Yeah, Carmelo and Mandy Rose. They have a little bit of a back and forth, I guess, and then everybody realizes R-Truth's in the ringside. Everybody runs after R-Truth, and there you go. That's it ends. Oh yeah, R-Truth gets Carmelo. They run. There you go. Bailey basically saying hugs don't matter anymore. Winning, defending the title matters. There you go. Then Big E's backstage. Someone got attacked and he's hurting his knee. So the old Peter Griffin thing can apply to him. Big E basically said it was Kevin Owens that did it. Then you had Sammy versus Kofi. Kofi wins with Trouble in Paradise. And then Paul Heyman shows up. Basically taunting, I could cash, Brock could be here cashing in now, you cash in. And then I don't know, Dolph Ziggler shows up. Dolph Ziggler shows up and attacks Kofi Kingston.
Which caused confusion.
Yeah. Though, if you read the reports actually, later on in the night, he announces that he does his promo and he says that he will take over to be taken on Kofi at Super Showdown. And from what the reports have been saying, the reason this is happening is because I guess the original plan was for Kofi Kingston to go against Kevin Owens again at Super Showdown, but apparently Kevin has refused to be on the show.
Here's the thing. Why are they having someone who's LGBT oriented and a very strong ally go there as well? Is it because the Saudi Arabians? You see, I was joking around last week when Andrade versus. I know we're skipping a little bit. When Andrade was in Finn was announced as Finn as the Demon, and I said Finn's gonna get something's gonna happen to Finn where the National Guard's gonna happen because the Demon happens to be very sexual. Here, and I had this conversation with a couple of my friends about this too. Why is a strong LGBT ally who has a very strong fan base within the female and LGBT community going over there? Is it because Vince sees money in the Demon and the Saudis need to see that too? Or is this because the Demon can draw for the money? This is really confusing too.
Well, the thing is, if you remember last year, like during the same time, he was wearing like the rainbow colors and all that around this time. But when he went to the Saudi show, he was just straight black gear. So that's that.
Well, let me try to find something. Hang on.
No, that's all right.
No. It was a statement he said.
Alright.
Okay. Finn Balor. Okay, this was last year on lack of rainbow gear at Royal Rumble. My rainbow gear was a statement at WrestleMania week, and although the gear has not been worn in 6 appearances, Hartford, Cape Town times 2, Ventura, Johannesburg, St. Louis, Saudi Arabia, my support continues despite any color choice change or laundry schedule. He said 30 pants. So basically, the chances are he could have fans in Saudi Arabia too. Despite that.
Yeah.
But this is really questionable but confusing too. So, but back on topic. But I understand why people are not going to Saudi Arabia, which personally I don't blame them. And obviously, this is year 2 of the whole shit thing. Continue.
Yeah, okay. Kofi was taken out of the stretcher, but before he gets to the end, he walks on his own powers. There you go. Roman shows up, and when he's walking in the arena, Elias is playing his guitar on top of one of the trucks. I wouldn't want to be up there. I'm afraid of heights. I wouldn't like being up there. So fair play to him. You got Becky and Bayley against Lacey and Charlotte. Becky and Bayley do a backstage segment in Gorilla. Basically, the start and the end of this match was teasing to be Becky versus Bayley. What's called the end of the sequence. Lynch had Flair and Disarmer. Lacey Evans gets a woman's right to Becky to break it up. Bayley comes in, rolls up Flair, and wins. And there you go. So you gotta keep Lacey strong, I guess? I don't know. Anyway, 24/7 Mania again. Everybody running after R-Truth. It was Jinder, B-Team, and yep, there you go. R-Truth gets away, so there you go. Then the Ziggler's promo, so there's that. Basically saying everything that happened to Kofi Kingston from the Elimination Chamber to WrestleMania, it's all well and good. It should have been me. So there you go. And then you got Roman Reigns and Elias. Roman wins. Roman wins law.
Roman Reigns law. What the actual?
And then at the end, Shane comes out to attack Reigns, and then McIntyre shows up. Claymore knocks him out. And there you go.
Wow,
I'd be fine with this if you didn't have Roman on both. Like, have some restraint. I mean, I know you're desperate for star power and all that, but do you really have to have move Roman Reigns to SmackDown and then find a way to get him on Raw again, and you have him on every show now?
Why does Roman have to appear almost every fucking time?
Because it's Roman. Like I mean, even for me, it's like when me being the Becky fan, I was saying, no, Becky is on every show from Raw, Rumble to WrestleMania. Even I thought that was a bit excessive.
Yo, just put Finn as the next wild card, please. Honest to God, I want him and Tim, Seth, and Kofi versus who the fuck is Seth feuding against now?
I don't know, Brock. I don't know. He hasn't feuded with.
Show up.
He hasn't feuded with anyone. Like it's his feud with AJ ended, and he's moving on to Corbin. So I guess nobody. Just have him go against Lashley, McIntyre, and Corbin again.
Just have Finn and Bayley team up against Charlotte and Andrade and call it a day. You saw what I did there, right?
Yeah.
You saw what I... No, but wait a second. Ali.
They're both on SmackDown.
Okay, yeah, that's true. We're going to have Ali, but him and Bayley versus Andrade, Charlotte, and someone else.
Probably.
I just booked your 6-person tags next week, so...
Yeah, because you're so insistent, and it's because you're so insistent having 6-person tags. There you go. So that's Raw on SmackDown.
All right, so Super Show. All right, just a little bit of heads up here because Super Showdown is coming up in like
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and it's not gonna be time. And Dave and I are not gonna be able to watch it. I only care about one match, and that's Finn versus Andrade. I think everyone knows if I were doing my prediction, you know who I'll pick. But other matches on the card is Dolph versus the hell is his name? Dolph versus Kofi. Orton versus Triple H. Lashley versus Strowman.
Is that a match?
Yeah, that's a match. I swear to God.
Let me. I'm just gonna double check the card here because I actually loaded up anyway. Matches. Yeah, yep. You got Triple H versus Orton, apparently non-sanctioned for some reason. Goldberg, Undertaker, Braun Strowman against Bobby Lashley, Finn versus Andrade for the IC title, Roman Reigns against Shane McMahon, Kofi against Dolph Ziggler, and you got a 50-man battle royal as well.
And the National Guard is going to end up getting Finn and Finn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That thing going to be big, though.
Watch it.
I got to add some humor.
Yeah, I forgot. I've.
What?
Stop.
See, I couldn't be sad all this episode. I had a.
Yeah, but you want to shove it in my face?
Okay, let's talk Happy Thoughts. It's Edelman's birthday today.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the news here. Should we talk about some other things here?
What?
What?
Say?
Yeah, that's the brief news that came out as well today.
What happened?
Ruby Riott.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was announced. Yeah, it was announced that Ruby Riott had shoulder surgery, and apparently from what I read, she underwent. Yeah, it says here it was done to correct bilateral injury to her right shoulder.
How?
Which is actually, apparently from this article says, it's the same surgery that he's expected to have on her left shoulder.
Ooh. So,
it's not pretty.
She's gonna be out for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah, that's something you don't want to mess with.
And other news, Julian is gonna retire as a Patriot. Yay!
Okay.
And it's his birthday today. Yay!
Okay.
What else?
Oh yeah, you won the predictions on the Money in the Bank, so there.
I win.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to wait a little bit longer to get the prop out.
What prop?
You'll know.
Okay. So, on to news for next week. Next week is episode 20. We are going live. As of right now, Jeremy is from the last show, episode 10. Is still our projected guest.
Live on a Wednesday, by the way, just so you know. We put these shows up on Thursday. We're going live on Wednesday.
We're live on Wednesday. We are. It is projected. He is projected to be on our show. We're gonna cover some more stuff there as well. Some type of big announcement coming. So stay tuned. Dave and I also, before we bring it on, we gotta do NXT predictions too. We're not doing Super Showdown because we're not doing Super Showdown because fuck Saudi Arabia. And
yeah, let's not cause an international incident there.
Let's see. Untitled.
We don't basically we don't do predictions for glorified house shows.
Yeah. But June Jukebox is going up on the same day as the show for NXT. Anything else you want to cover?
Wait, what? Hang on. When's the show happening?
What show?
You said the same as the NXT show.
Untitled Jukebox will be up the same day as NXT going up, the actual show.
But what that's June 1st.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't even know my date.
Yeah, the Jukebox comes up the first day of the month.
Oh. Sue me. Anyway, we're up here.
Well, you owe me money anyway, so.
Okay. What?
But you don't.
What? Alright, anyway.
Actually, no, you now just double check. You actually are right. It is the same because Takeover is June 1st.
Ha! Told you.
Yeah, but you
Anyway,
didn't say it. I just double checked.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Okay, so tune in next week. We are going to be live. Craziness there. We're going to be covering a lot of stuff. And, yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.